Thank you for joining me once again. This is Josh Barakogombe, and I trust that you're being transformed and inspired. Today I'm going to speak something that is quite interesting. Yesterday we saw that you are the greatest resource that God has ever given to humanity or to yourself. You're the greatest resource that God has ever given to yourself and to humanity. Today we are going to see how to build up this resource, how to work on the resource that God has given you. It might be a raw commodity, but how can you bring and be able to utilize this resource so that it can be of benefit to everyone? Actually, James says that everything that we need for life and godliness, God has already provided. Many times we are looking for solutions out there. You say that, if the economy would have been better, if our government would have been better, or if my boss would have treated me better. And we are always looking at someone to blame. But today I want you to be able to look at something that will, if you work on it, I know for certain that it will transform your life. There's a man that met a wealthy man, and they began to talk. And as they were talking, this wealthy man gave him some very important things that I think stand true even today in our lives. Whatever you have, whatever you have this time in your life, you have attracted by the person you are. If you do not have much, perhaps you have not attracted much. Whatever you have this time in your life, you have attracted by the person you are. By the person you are. Philippians chapter 2 says this: "Therefore, beloved, as you have always obeyed, not only in my presence, but also now much more in my absence, work out your salvation with fear and tremblance." Work out your salvation with fear and tremblance. Whatsoever you have right now, you have attracted by the person that you are. If you do not have much, probably you've not attracted much because you have not worked on yourself. You have not worked on yourself. And this interesting man continued to say this. The man that was being talked to say that this is all I am paid. This is not all. The rich man continued, this is not all they pay. This is all they pay you. The same place you are working. You are working. Some people are paid much more than yourself. The same place you are working, there are some people that are paid much more than yourself. And basically, why people are value increases is when you become more valuable. And how can somebody, you're already valuable, but how can you make yourself more valuable? Is by working on yourself. You have to have a personal development goal or vision. A personal development goal or vision. The Bible says, "Be ye not conformed to the patterns of this world, but be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind." If you do not have a personal development goal, then you are not heading anywhere in your life. Remember what I've just read, that if you do not have much, you have not attracted much. The man continued to say this as I read on. The man continued to say, this. Therefore, learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. If you work hard on your job, you can make a living. But if you work hard on yourself, you'll make a fortune. Therefore, learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. I'm not saying that you should not work hard on your job, but work on yourself. And there are things that you can do to do that. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Where we are, the Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Where you are at the moment is where you've thought yourself into, basically. Where you are at the moment is where you've thought yourself into, basically. So if you can change the way you think, you can change the way you live. Begin to work on yourself, and there are many ways to do that. One way is just by acquiring knowledge. The Bible says, my people perish because of lack of knowledge. Begin to become hungry and acquire good knowledge that will help you in your future. The second thing is by acquiring proper habits or routines, as other people would put them. You need to get the type of routines that will make you become a better person. And habits can be built. You can build habits. If you look at the rich people, there are habits that rich people have, or people that are successful have, that make them successful. If you can adapt those habits, then your life can also become different very fast. And there's the 90 days of building a habit. I started some of these challenges this year. And if you want to break or build an habit, continue doing something for 21 days. Every day you do it, every day you do it. By the 21st day, it will become a habit. If you do it again for another 90 days, it becomes a lifestyle. So you can change your lifestyle by just changing the things you do. The Bible says, if you shall continue in this, in obeying what you have heard, not only in my presence, you don't do it because of other people, but now much more in my absence. Work out your salvation with fear and tremblance. Develop certain habits that will make you stand out wherever you go. And now may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance on you and grant you peace.